Guys, so it's me, Brianna Stone, and I'm here with Dark Fireflower.
Hi, my little flowers. If you're watching my channel, please.
You can talk in your normal voice.
I don't care.
You were in the other videos, that's fine.
Oh, was
Ow,
I?
my elbow, yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna keep with the weird voice. I can't talk with my normal voice because. Anyway.
I need my elbow. Okay, so this. Ow, what the heck? My elbow is like popping. And it really
Anyway,
okay.
my little flowers, like and subscribe my channel, please.
Okay, so guys, I love you guys, by the way. So we're here to talk about bullying. Bullying is a serious issue that has been going around for a really, really long time. And personally, I've never bullied anybody. I've thought bad things about people, but I've never said it to their face or messaged them or said it online or anything. I mean, I've told my best friends they were ugly and that they're bad at things. Yeah. And
Mostly me, of course, because if it's a sibling or like a best friend type of thing, and you trust them enough that it's, hey, I know you're kidding, I know you're faking it, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, yeah, I get it. You want to joke around with your friends. But what if it's someone you don't know? What do you do then?
That is a serious issue. You guys cannot joke around with, or if you do it to your friend, at least tell them that you're actually joking.
Like, say, I'm joking, I don't actually mean it.
And show
don't
them
take
that
it the
you
wrong
don't
way.
mean it. And, but...
What? I'll tell my story when you're done. Okay?
We can just both talk. Okay, you can tell your story.
Okay, so here, I'm gonna tell you what I've done. So,
I might pitch in a little bit, but...
I was a bully. I'm going to say that right now. I was actually a bully. So I know what it feels like to be a victim and a bully because I was also bullied myself. That's how I am. That's how I am for right now. Is if I wasn't a victim of bullying, I wouldn't be here. But
oh, sorry.
What? So what you going to say? Like the victims of bullies are actually their lives are changed the minute you stop bullying them. You tell them they're not worth it. You tell them they're not worth the space. You start calling them names. It hurts. And I started. Okay, so when I was bullying people, I was bullying the bully. It began with one girl. I was tired of her. I couldn't handle her attitude. So I said, "Shut up, you whore." It escalated from that point. And it kind of got a little worse. But, I mean, it wasn't too bad. Eventually, she went quiet.
Well, like, I mean, even if somebody maybe... Okay, if somebody is a whore or is a slut, I mean, yes, they may be a whore and a slut, but it's not okay to say that.
I did that because she was calling everyone a whore and a slut too.
If it's your best friend though, and if she's acting like a thought or something, or if she's acting like a whore or a slut, you need to talk to her and you need to say, hey, I really think that you need to snap out of what you're doing because you're acting like a whore and I don't want my best friend to be acting like a whore, you know? So
yeah, that's normal. But the girl I started bullying, she was calling everyone every types of names. She was rejecting people. She was throwing people away. She was messing with people. She was messing with their heads. It was a different type of bullying. It was a mental type of bullying. And she was doing it to so many people. So I decided I was tired of her. I don't deal with people like that. This was years after I was bullied. So I stood up to her and called her a whore. She got mad. But I didn't stop. She thought I would stop and be afraid. Unfortunately, I didn't know her that well, so I wasn't afraid. Unfortunately, that day, I also found out that what I was doing was deadly and wrong.
It causes people who commit suicide are partly mostly
most of the time victims of bullying. In the next video, when we do this, we will be talking about cyberbullying.
Well, we might just add it into this one,
but I doubt it.
We're gonna talk about like every time bullying.
When I found out later that year, she was actually going through some tough times, And the reason she was bullying people is to get attention, and she had never really had attention in her life. So when she went quiet, I actually began to worry. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to become her friend because I had bullied her that much. But I do regret it now. I regret every moment I bullied anyone. I pick on my little brother because you know what? That's normal and they usually vent. The sibling rivalry, it's normal. Friendships, you break one by saying, hey, it's something like this. I've had a best friend walk away because I was going through a tough time and I was acting negative. She was the one that put me in place when she left. I'm not going to say her name because she might watch this video and actually know who I am. I just want to say I'm sorry for acting so negative. I was going through really, really tough times this year. A couple of my friends had committed suicide earlier in the beginning of the year, and yeah, it got really, really hard, super fast. It was all in 1 week that my life came crashing down. I'm surprised I'm still here. I probably would have, if I hadn't found a few other friends when I did, I would be dead. I wouldn't be here with this one. This little dirtbag. And I just want to say that bullying makes it so much worse because all of my friends died because they were bullied. And it's not cool. I mean, I made a promise with them before I left them, which was 4 years ago. In this video, whoever watches it, it'll probably be more than that. But when we record this video, 4 years ago, I left my best friends. They all kind of went their own ways, and I lost connections with all 9 of them.
It happens.
2 of them are left. The 2 of them I lost complete connections with 6 years ago. I haven't heard anything from them since. I know that one of my friends, my best friends, is on the verge yet again because she's bullied for the way she acts. I think she's transgender now, and I think she's getting picked on. My other best friend, my kind of almost childhood foster sister, she has a disability that she can't walk straight. And
that's nothing to bully about.
I know, it's nothing to bully for.
That is a personal disability.
And it's, I mean, you don't mess with disabilities. You're born with them. You don't just develop them unless it's depression or mental disabilities that actually cause you to break down. Anxiety is not just something you say. Insomnia, you can't sleep. I have insomnia, I have depression, I have anxiety. Social anxiety, you can't make fun of those.
You can't. Those are things that have been built up for so many times. Or so many,
So many days. It's
like,
terrifying to let it all out.
Some bullies, I mean, I kind of get, but I kind of don't. Like, some bullies just do it for the fun of it, which I really hate that. And other bullies do it because they want that person, or they want all the other people to feel what they're feeling, because sometimes the bullies are the ones that go through the pain too. And they just want
somebody else to feel it.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand that if you do that, but it's not right. Try and talk to somebody about it.
Try and talk to one of your best friends.
I tried to tell my friends what happened. I have yet to tell this one what actually happened.
And I'm a pretty understanding friend because I know what they've been through.
Certain people actually do notice what happens in your life, and they notice the things. My best friend of 3 years now, I've known her for 3 years. She is the most hyperactive, idiotic person. It's not her, sadly.
Well, it's true about me, but...
Well, yeah, it's mostly true about her. She's similar, but she is very hyper. She's always happy. But when you look past that smile, you can see the sadness. She's been through so much. Her mother recently died of cancer last year, and she's been moving a lot. She's been doing so much in her life. I mean, I don't blame her. I've had a lot of things happen in my life too, but I can't imagine losing my mom. My dad has walked away from me, and I know some people think, oh yeah, that's what black people do. No, he's white. No. He cheated. He had an affair. When 16 years ago, the last time I checked.
And some people, okay, I'm just gonna let this out there. I'm not trying to like cause any drama or any trouble or anything. Like, that's not what we're trying to do. But people who lie about their parents dying or people committing suicide in their lives, that's not
cool.
Funny. It's
I mean,
not. Just
once
to get
you have
attention,
something like that
no.
happen, if you have something like that happen, it's traumatizing. I wasn't even able to go to my friends' funerals.
Neither was I. I can't do it. And
I have a memory.
Like,
in like a week from here, I actually have a memorial day for one of my best friends who committed suicide. It's the 15th, I believe. I try and forget it all because you know what? It's really, really bad when you know your friend committed suicide and you can't even visit her funeral. You can't like remember her. You try and forget every moment of that certain friend, and when it's your childhood friend, you can't forget it. It's stuck in your head.
And when you remember the moments, you just start to like burst. You just can't hold it back. It's pain that's been in for quite a while.
I mean,
and like, sorry.
Yeah, like she was saying, it's so much pain that it's really once it goes wrong,
it's built up pain for years and years, just over and over, just built up. And like recently, I had a guy, his name was Chance, who committed suicide last year, and he was a well-known person, and everybody loved him. And I honestly, I mean, well, he was a really nice guy, and he had this whole entire school crying. Even teachers were crying. He was a good guy.
There are people out there that think that if they die, nobody will care. But the sad fact is, so many other people will start to care, and they'll start to realize their mistakes, and it just hurts because every time I try and commit suicide, which has been a lot of times, and I'm not saying this because, hey, you should try it. I'm saying, no, you shouldn't, because there is somebody out there that really actually cares. I mean, sure, there are people that act like they don't. I acted like I didn't care about anyone for the longest time because I was afraid that if I cared too much or if I cared too little, I'd lose somebody. And I did lose somebody. She changed my life and she put me back in place. But I was beginning to get negative, and I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for her. And I mean, yeah, okay, I'm not pretty, I'm not fabulous, I'm not
We're not the best people in the world, but we're something. We're perfect to our own selves, and that's what matters. And as you guys can see, this is a really tough topic to talk about, because I'm like about to cry. Like, I'm like,
I'm not about to cry because I've been crying like almost all year over my best friend's deaths, and it was 7 people. I mean, yeah, sure, that's not a big number.
Oh, you guys think it's not a big number? Like,
it's
7.
It's a lot.
Oh no,
7 childhood friends. How about that?
People committing suicide. 7.
And I couldn't even be there for them. They texted me one last time before they committed suicide, and you didn't know this, but recently on May 13th, my best friend, she was in a car on her way to LA, her hometown, and she got into a horrible accident. I got the phone call at like 6:36 p.m. saying she didn't even make it to the hospital. I didn't even get to say goodbye. We were texting that day. And she got into a horrible wreck and she didn't even make it to the hospital. She died in the ambulance. And I know it seems impossible. It's not. This certain girl, I don't want to say her name because
it's tough to talk about their name.
It's really hard to say because it's a really modern name and it really hurts me when people say it. But even now, I had a friend with her name. And I didn't tell her this because I was afraid it would try and break up our friendship. I mean,
it won't.
I've had friends with the names of multiple people that I've known for a long time, And it really hurts when I say their names and I think of somebody else who's died. And I know that